Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli back with another review video, and gonna be reviewing the first two episodes of Star Trek Lower Decks. That's right, Star Trek Lower Decks, the new Star Trek animated series. And me and Lil Blue, we had watched the first two episodes. Episode 1, Second Contact, and episode 2, Envoys, or however you pronounce it, but you know. And originally, Little Blue was gonna do this with me. Like, we were gonna be right here and such. We were gonna talk about the episodes. But he got tired, and you know, just wasn't up for doing it. So, but what he said about the show is, you know, few simple words, funny and freshening. You know how he put it. So, what he meant to say, you know, freshing. You know, you get the idea. So funny, freshing. That's what he had to say about the show. So, and for me, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I do remember this, you know, Gene Roddenberry. I remember seeing this on YouTube, and it was like from, I guess, behind the scenes or something. And Gene Roddenberry talked about when Paramount came to him and suggested that, you know, they should, you know, why not do a Star Trek show about some ensigns, you know, on the lower decks of a starship, you know. And Gene Roddenberry said, you know, let me think about it, etc. And then we cut to Rick Berman, and he explained, saying Gene Roddenberry came back to Paramount, and he basically said, he said to them, go to hell. Obviously, with Gene Roddenberry, he did not like the idea of this. So, you know. But I don't know how Paramount was wanting to do it at first. Probably, I don't know, either live action or something, I don't know. But as of now, with Lower Decks, it is animated and such, and done by the same guys from Rick and Morty. And again, I think it's not that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. The premise and the tone to it, etc. It's not too bad. I mean, you know, I think I can tell it is. It's heavily mixed. You know, I mean, you know that there are many tricky fans who hate this show. But people like myself, as I said, I don't think it's that bad. So, you know, and there's only been 2 episodes so far. So, Second Contact, you know, we get the introduction of the ensigns and everything, you know. The characters of the show, you have Ensign Beckett, her real name, Marina, but I'm just calling her Ensign Beckett. That's for this review. So, and then you have Ensign Brad. Now his other name, again, I'm having trouble pronouncing that, but I'm just gonna call them Ensign Beckett and Brad. Then you have Ensign Tendi, if I'm saying her name right, the blue alien. Then you have Ensign Rutherford. Yeah, I think I got that right. Rutherford. He has like cybernetic, you know, a device around his eye or something, you know. And then you have, like, say, basically the main crew of the starship that's the main starship of the show. You have Captain Carol Freeman. You have Lieutenant Shax, if I'm saying his name right. You have Dr. Tana, I think I got that right. Dr. Tana, who is a, like, alien kind of cat. And, of course, if you guys seen the original Star Trek animated series, you know, centered around the original Enterprise crew, Captain Kirk and such, there was an alien cat species there, Lieutenant Omrez, if I'm saying her name right, voiced by Gene Roddenberry's wife, actually. So, and it's cool we get to see that again. In Lower Decks, the cat species, you know. It would be cool if we see it in live action, for one thing. Just saying. I mean, some of the alien species that were in, like, the original Star Trek animated series, why not see it in live action? They can do that. I think, and if you guys remember the character, one of the characters, Eric's, we might have got, I think in the first Star Trek film, you know, the Kelvin timeline, we kind of saw that species in there. But, you know, I don't really think so, because the species of Eric's, they have 3 arms. You know, this and one, like, front center, you know. So, you know. But, you know, we'll probably see them live action. Who knows? But anyway, so, oh yeah, and I even almost forgot, Jerry O'Connell is in the show as well. Commander Jack. Yeah, Commander Jack. I have to go back and see which one's Commander Jack. I can't remember. So episode 1, Second Contact, it's not too bad, because with the introduction of the characters, that is the ensigns, them boarding the starship, etc., and on their mission, you know. In fact, one thing is, like, Captain Carol, actually, because she's actually the mother of Lieutenant Beckett. And the funny thing is, we even get an appearance of, like, Captain Carol contacts, actually her husband, and an admiral of Starfleet, voiced by Phil Lamar, which that's really cool. And also, like, Carol asks Lieutenant Brad to keep an eye on her, etc. And they're on this planet, I guess, with, like, alien species who are, like, farmers or something like that, you know? And Brad thinks that, you know, Beckett is kind of breaking rules and such, but she was really, like, bringing farm appliances to the aliens. Also, one thing is, the intro to the show, to Star Trek Lower Decks, it's not that bad, and it's also funny. Like, the starship would hit, like, asteroids, or, like, there's an alien species, you know, tentacles holding onto one of the nacelles. Little Blue actually laughed at bits in the trailer, and not the trailer, the intro. So, you know, and what's really cool is the credits, and the opening credits and the end credits, the same kind of style as in Next Generation, which that's freaking awesome. Yeah, that's cool they're doing that again. And why not? Because, you know, that's an iconic part from Star Trek and from Next Generation, if you know what I mean. So, I do remember this. We got the appearance of the Jeep, because Ensign Beckett was riding on the same type of Jeep that we saw in Nemesis, you know, where Data, Worf, and Picard, they go down on the planet and they find B4, and it's all a trap, you know. The Remans pop out and there's a chase, you know, the Jeep, so that they're in, which that's really cool. And yet this does take place, this takes place a year after the events of Nemesis. So, and it's kind of funny, because a year later, Starfleet would update the uniforms, you know, so I guess it's all pretty obvious, so. But anyway, so, and later on, like in episode 1, they, like, there's, like, I guess the first officer or something gets, like, a rash or some spot on his neck, and it turns out, like, it's some kind of thing that turns him and almost half of the crew like zombies, basically. But they're, like, Ensign Brad gets, like, goo and such on him, and apparently, according to Dr. Tanya, whatever, she figures out, she says that, you know, it'll save everybody, etc. So yeah, episode 1 is not too bad, and for it being the first episode. And then episode 2, in voice, I I know before I started filming, I think I did pronounce it okay, but as of now that I'm doing this, I totally forgot. So, but so I'll just say episode two. Episode two is okay as well. In fact, we even get the appearance of the Klingons. Well, I think one Klingon, and that is of course how the Klingon look and such that the Trek fans, including myself, we love the best and know so well, So, and of course, the Klingon does not look like how the Klingons look in Discovery, and obviously because Discovery takes place in the 23rd century, while Lower Decks the 24th century. You get what I'm saying? So why is everybody going on about that? I don't know. As I just explained, so but I made it clear, so and I'm right, so I know I'm right on that. And actually, there's there's one part because Ensign Beckett and the Klingon set up, I guess, pulled a prank on Ensign Brad. The Klingon was in on it because there's a little fight and such, they got Ensign Brad, And I remember this in the trailer, Ensign Beckett messing around with the force field and such on the new force field, I guess, on the shuttlecraft. I remember me and Lil Blue, we did laugh at that. Well, he laughed more at that than I did when we did our reaction to it. So to the trailer. And Ensign Beckett and Ensign Brad, they're on a planet and such, and Ensign Brad is seduced by. I remember Ensign Brad is being seduced by this girl, and which turns out that according to Beckett, she would have put eggs in his mouth and such, and she's this scary reptile or something, Oh, that's funny. And even we get an appearance of a Ferengi, and I'm pretty sure I think I'm right. The Ferengi is voiced by Tom Kenny, which that's really cool. So, Tom Kenny doing a voice in Star Trek. That's awesome. So, and what else? Oh yeah, and I remember also in episode 2. This is funny. Ensign Rutherford, he's he goes through training or something, and Lieutenant Shax, he's teaching Rutherford some stuff on the holodeck, if he was in command, or no, it's one of the first officers that does it. Commander Jack, I think it's Commander Jack, but Rutherford being taught how to be captain and such, and Rutherford one thing's I think he keeps saying bring us about, and disaster happens and the crewmen get blood on their faces, etc. And it's man, you make this so difficult for him. And then more training for him, Rutherford trying to be a doctor, and chief engineering, I guess. Really don't remember that much. Don't really remember, but but yeah, and I kind of forget the rest, but But I will say, Star Trek. Okay, the first 2 episodes of Lower Decks, they're not too. So far, I think it's not that bad, and still only 2 episodes, that have came out, and many of us have watched. So so look forward to the rest of Lower Decks. So So anyways, so I don't think it's that too bad, and look forward to the rest of the episodes coming our way. So So yeah, and you guys let me know what you think of Lower Decks, because again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't think it's that too bad. Not bad. Is to put it that. And again, as I said for what Little Blue says, he said funny and refreshing, you know, as I said, of what Little Blue says, you know. Oh yeah, and I do remember this. Like, there are a few mentionings of like, Beckett mentions like Spock, Sulu, oh yeah, and even when Spock saved the Enterprise crew and such, and the Genesis effect happened, you know, the Genesis planet, and even she even mentions Worf and Deanna Troi. That's really cool. That's pretty cool, them being mentioned, you know. But anyways, so again, you guys let me know what you think of Lower Decks, and again, for me, not bad. Little Blue, funny, refreshing, you know, as I said. So anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review video. More new review videos coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video/review video. Take care, peace out, make it so, and live long and prosper.